What's going on, rough golfers? Welcome back to another video. If you're joining us for the first time, be sure to consider subscribing and hitting that like bell if you find value from this content. Today we're talking about the Cube from CaddyTalk USA. This is a rangefinder, a golf rangefinder. I'm sure you could use it for other things if you need to find distances or, I don't know, maybe your whale watching expedition or whatever it is you do. Cool. But this rangefinder has one unique feature that sets it apart from every other rangefinder, and we're going to talk about that in this video. So I want to take a second before we get into design and tell you what comes in the box. You've got the Cube device, obviously, and it does have some juice straight out of the box, so you can turn it right on if you want to. You've got the manual. You have the carrying case, which has got a magnetic flap. Okay, Cube written on the top. Then you've got a little section here. I guess if you wanted to attach it to your belt, that would be really hard to swing with a rangefinder on. Then it's got a smaller loop up here if you wanted to attach it to your bag. You've got your USB-A to USB-C charging cable, very handy. Appreciate that. And you've got a little, they even give you a little carabiner. Okay, look at that. How nice is that? You clip it right to your bag and roll on. Then you've got the microfiber cloth to clean your lens and everything like that, so super handy. That's what comes in the box, just so you know. We're going to talk about some of the categories that I look at when I look at any type of golf equipment, be it irons or drivers or whatever, even little accessories that go with your bag. I kind of use these four main categories, and the first one's going to be design. The second one's going to be features and functions. The third's going to be performance, and of course number four, the big one, is price. So I look at all of those to see if it's a piece of equipment that I would want to have in my bag, or that I would even recommend to some of the beginner golfers or average golfers out there like me, you rough golfers. Is it worth the money? Okay, that's really what we want to get down to. But we're going to talk about the design. So originally when I took this bad boy out of the case, I thought that it was an actual metal shell or exterior, an exoskeleton, if you will. A little bit of biology class there for you, but it's actually just silver plastic. So it does seem to be compact and pretty solid. You can hear it there. The glass is pretty good, pretty consistent. I've actually tested this out probably for about a month now, just to make sure that it's consistent. I want to make sure that the material and the technology continues to work time after time, not just after one or two rounds. It's probably about the size of a credit card and maybe about as thick as a rough golfer's wallet when a day after payday, you know what I'm saying? And then it goes back to the credit card once you have to pay bills. The casing is plastic, but it feels fairly heavy duty. Like if I were to drop it one or two times, probably wouldn't shatter in a million pieces, okay? Power button on the top, and you just click that and it wakes the little device up, the little guy up. And then that's also the aim and shoot button or click button where you want to make your reading. Now, you've got a button on the bottom, which is the mode button, where you can cycle through mode. You can cycle your settings, like you can change it from meters to yards. In the US, we use yards. Everywhere else uses meters. Take your pick. It also cycles on and off for your caddy mode and your other modes, including E-slope and magic slope, which I'm going to cover in this review as well. But caddy mode, hint, hint, one you want to listen out for, okay? Keep those ears ready to hear, all right? I'm gonna lay it on you, it's awesome. Then we've got at the back, this little cover right here. Pop this bad boy open if I can. Bam, there you go. And it's actually got a USB Type-C charging port. That's right, no batteries for the Cube, okay? Sans batterinos, baby. You don't have to put them in there, okay? Keep them in your drawer, your junk drawer, like where all my other stuff goes, and my bills. We've covered design. Now we're going to move on to features and functions. This is the cool technology part of this review. And you've got your standard functions of just point and shoot and get your straight line distance like every other rangefinder out there. Then you've got magic slope and E-slope. Now, magic slope is basically a slope correction factor that goes into the device, so that if you play an area that has a lot of hills or with a lot of elevation, your straight line distance is going to be different from your distance with the elevation. Therefore, you need the slope correction factor so you know which club to hit. Magic slope, just like every other slope that you've used or slope correction factor that you've used for your golf rangefinders. Then there's E-slope, which takes magic slope and moves it even further. And E-slope takes in temperature, humidity, elevation. So I just keep it on E-slope. That way I know I'm getting the best and most accurate measurement that I can. Now, caddy mode, the one we've all been waiting for. This, guys, this is really, really cool. So caddy mode, super simple. You just click the button on to wake up the device, the cube, and then you hit the mode button once and you will see caddy mode appear, okay? I'm gonna see, I don't know if the camera will focus in on that, but you can see that it's illuminated down there on the side, okay? Super cool, but caddy mode allows you to shoot your golf ball and then shoot the target and get the distance between the two. Awesome, right? And I know you guys are like, well, how is that awesome? When would I use that, right? Maybe you want to know what club you need when you get up to your ball instead of having to go up to your ball, shoot the target, get your reading, go back to your bag, pick out the club you need, go back to your ball, hit the ball, roll on. No, you don't have to do that with the cube, okay? On caddy mode, you're 30 yards behind while your buddy's hitting his shot. It gives you the distance from your ball to the target, and then you grab your club and you're already at your ball with your club. You don't have to do all the shooting and stuff. Come on, that's cool, okay? That's really, really cool, and it works, all right? I was a bit skeptical. I was like, I'm not so sure. I don't think this is gonna pan out, you know? I'm not, this sounds too good to be true. Now we're gonna get into performance. Out on the course, does it really, do all the features that the cube provides you, does it really translate out on the golf course? Short answer, yes it does. Was that answer really short? I don't know. What constitutes a short answer? 1 word, 3 words or less? I don't know, I'm getting off topic. So I took this out to a practice range that I go to all the time. Flags don't change, nor does the spot that I actually hit from. And every single time, the cube was 1 to at max 2 yards off for those pin distances. That impressed me. But I was like, okay, well, you know, that's easy to do when you know the exact distances and you're not on a golf course with different elevations and all that kind of stuff. So I went out on the golf course and I tested it with just the magic slope mode, the E-slope mode, straight line distance, all your standard stuff. And the results were basically what I expected. Most rangefinders, as long as they're calibrated correctly, are going to give you, 1 to 3 yards in variance, and the cube did not disappoint. Then I went to caddy mode. I switched on caddy mode, shot my ball, shot the pin, got the yardage. I think it was around 130 something, okay? Then I thought, okay, I'm gonna test this. So I go up to my ball, I stand at the ball, I shoot the pin, 129, 1 yard off. That was very impressive, and I thought, okay, can this do that throughout the entire round? Sure enough, it did. I had 0 issues with the cube and distance measurements. Now we're going to talk about price. You guys know, if you've been watching me for any period of time, now I'm not a golfer that advocates for you guys to go out and spend a ton of money on golf equipment. When it comes to stuff like this, it's really hard to get, pre-owned rangefinders and trust that they're still accurate. You don't know where that rangefinder has been or what it has done. You know what I mean? It could have taken a swan dive off of the top of a cart because somebody left it up there by accident. And then you buy it off of eBay thinking, yeah, it's accurate, but you just don't know. So rangefinders are kind of one of those things you want to get, straight from the dealer or the factory so that they've been calibrated and they haven't been, damaged or misused. But the price on this cube from CaddyTalk is $349.99. And that is a lot of money. So I'll leave that up to you whether or not you think that this piece of equipment is going to fit your game and your budget. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on swinging.